Hello and welcome to How I Failed in Business, the business podcast that does things slightly differently.
Although we love hearing stories of success, and we also love hearing how entrepreneurs should take ice baths at 5 a.m, otherwise they are losers. Why did I say it like that? 5 a.m. We also want to hear about how things go wrong and the lessons we can learn.
After all, we are all human, mistakes happen, things aren't always positive, and between us and our guests, we want to share stories of failures, and of course the comeback tales too. As always, I'm joined by expert sales trainer and multi-award winning business owner, Rob Spence.
And I'm here with the marketing, podcast producing, dancing queen herself, Megan Grace. How are you this week, Megan?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. What's new? What do you need to report back?
Not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a good week.
Good.
I think.
The week is still young.
The week is still young. I've actually, you know what? For once in my life, had a really productive week.
No,
I
for
have.
once.
I've actually got so much off my to-do list. It's been on my to-do list for ages.
Oh, thank God for that.
I
Like
know.
what?
Videos.
Okay, well done.
Podcasts.
Yeah.
Socials. I've just caught
So
up.
basically your job.
Yeah, this week I have done my job.
That's great. That's great.
Successfully.
And please promise me, obviously, by the time this goes out, you've done and printed the Christmas cards.
Yes. Well, it's on my list for tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine. As long as they're in hand.
Essentially. I might need to try and get a photo of you later with the Mr. Bean cut out on your face.
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Okay, it seems a bit of a backwards way to do things. Is Canva still down? Can we not just edit Mr. Bean onto me? I'm sure there's a Snapchat filter.
No,
with
but
Mr.
we
Bean.
have a whole cutout on the whole. It's funnier if we use an actual cutout.
Okay.
Because when we film the reel, it's going to pair with the Christmas card.
Yes.
You're going to have the Mr. Bean cut out of your face.
Okay, look, I'll follow your lead.
Can
You're
you?
a creative director on this weird thing that you're doing.
Yeah. But
Okay.
then the Christmas card will be ready. That's the last thing I need to do, and then it's done.
Honestly, I'm so excited. Can you vouch for this all, Molly? Has she been on top of everything?
Yeah. She actually has.
I
How much
actually
is she
have.
paying you? Is she paying you a lot?
No,
to
she
say
actually
that?
is on. She's getting on track. Yeah.
No, I'm on.
track.
Well, I was on track, and today I feel a little bit behind, but that's not my fault. Canva is down.
Is it still down now at the
Yes.
time of recording? Oh
Yes.
my gosh. What are you going to do?
I don't really know.
See, back in my day, we had Microsoft Paint. You know, we had Paint, never went down. It was always there, good to use. You put your floppy disk in.
Sorry.
That's what I said, what she said. And then upload it to the hard drive. Job's good. And just got to hope for no viruses. That's
Ew.
disgusting. But yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm so
Thank
glad that
you.
you're finally
I
doing
know,
your job.
I know, me too.
How are you out? Because look, it's a bit of an awkward one. So at the time of recording, we're sort of miles ahead of when this comes out. But how are you getting on with Christmas shopping? When do you start that?
I've been thinking about it, but the issue is my family have a lot of birthdays in the run up to Christmas.
Okay.
So I'm sort of thinking about birthday presents,
Ah.
and then by the time it gets like all the birthdays out of the way, then it's like too late to do Christmas shopping. And I could just do it both at the same time.
One would argue.
My brain doesn't really work in that way. Like I sort
Okay.
of like I get through the birthdays, I'm like, oh shit, it's Christmas now.
Can I just check? 'Cause I know what you're like. These family members that have got birthdays in the run up to Christmas,
Yeah.
that's not you, is it? Because if you're going out buying yourself your own birthday present
No.
and your own Christmas presents,
No,
I'll be
no,
very
no.
concerned.
It's my nan's birthday this week.
Happy birthday,
Then
Nan.
Executive producer Lynn's birthday the week after.
Is it?
I
You
know,
got to tell me
you
what day that is so I
probably
can
know
message
that.
her.
You probably already know, don't you?
I'll send her a personalised
Yeah.
video.
Please do. Hey, you're lovely. How are you?
I didn't say that.
I know. And then my cousin's birthday, like the week before Christmas. And then it's Christmas. But then it's also really hard as well because like what
So
I've
do
got to
your
think about.
Do your family historically get quite frisky, sort of around sort of April time?
It really
Is
does
that-
seem like it, doesn't it?
Do they really like Easter so much?
They must.
Is that 9 months before? I don't know.
It's like February.
February.
I think I worked it out before because I was like, oh, I'm a result of like Valentine's Day sex or something. So it must be
Oh,
February.
why have you sat down and worked it out, Megan? Have you worked out when you were conceived?
Yeah, have
You're
you not? Have you not?
No.
Have you not?
So
9
hold
months before December is February. Or 10 months.
Oh my
That's
God.
10 months.
Now,
Wait.
either. So let's work it out.
August, September, October, November. No, that's 10 months. It was March.
March. Okay.
So maybe I'm safe.
March. What? Nothing really. Unless they were giving it up for Lent in the run up to Easter. And Pancake Day.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God. Maybe they're whisking something up special for pancake.
For Boxing Day, were you
For
gonna
I
say?
was going to say Boxing Day. Molly, have you ever worked out when you were conceived? When's your birthday?
I feel like I have looked it up like when I was younger.
Oh, why is this a thing?
What have you not? Are you not? When's your birthday?
To be honest, I've never once
April.
woken
Yours
up and
would
gone,
be April.
I want to know where my parents had sex.
No, yours would be February.
Yeah, Valentine's
Oh
Day.
my god.
Yeah, Valentine's. Yeah, and our guest, who we'll introduce in a moment, shares the very same birthday as me. So unfortunately, my
Yeah.
friend, our parents, Valentine's, all over it. All over it. It's better than Pancake Day.
No, I don't have pancake
Different
day.
kind of egg beating. But so you've got to get birthdays out of the way,
Gotta get
and then
birthday out of the way,
Christmas.
and then I'll think about Christmas.
Yeah. Okay.
But I've got ideas
Right. Yeah.
which I can't share because my family listen to this.
They
so
do listen
I
to
can't
this.
be sharing my ideas.
That's fair. That's fair. I will just say I've already started Christmas shopping.
Well done.
I've already started Christmas shopping.
Well done.
Not like massively,
Mhm.
but you know, like you see something, you go, oh, that'd be good for that person. That'd be good. I'll pick up
Yeah.
this for that person. I like to be ahead, and I don't want to get too excited, but I may have already started to pick you up Christmas presents, or like one Christmas present, okay, and birthday as well.
Mhm.
So I understand your frustrations, how annoying it is.
It is really annoying.
But what I've done, right, because I'm very thorough on this, I've got a spreadsheet.
Of course you have.
I've got one
course you
column
have.
for Megan's birthday, one column for Christmas. I don't need to get too excited. It's a spreadsheet of one cell. So it's only one row. So you only get like one present each. But
Yeah.
there's something there, which is nice. Molly, are you normally organised? Are you like last minute dolly?
Normally I am, to be fair, but this year I'm kind of stuck, so I haven't really done a lot.
Really?
I
Yeah.
need to get on it.
You do.
Mm.
Before it's too late, 'cause it does creep up on us. Just before we do introduce our guest into this podcast, I want to bring up numbers
Yeah.
with you, if we can.
Sick of them.
Because
Actually sick of them.
one constant trend on this podcast has all been about
Angel
angel numbers.
numbers.
Can you just, for those that, just to catch people up, explain what's been going on?
So it all started when I was very new to the podcast. We did Mystery Mishaps,
Mhm.
my first Mystery Mishaps, and I got a score of 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
I don't think that was the first one though.
Yes, it was.
I don't think it was.
It was. That was the first. No, that was the first one for the podcast. I'd been
Right.
seeing 222 like before, like maybe like a couple weeks in the run up to,
Yeah.
but I was like, oh, that's an angel number, haha. But then it was when that happened, I was like, oh my god, I've actually seen 222 like quite frequently. So that was what sort of caused me to start thinking about it.
Yeah.
This was the first time I had it on the podcast. And
You're
then
talking really quick, by the way.
so I'm just
Yeah.
gonna
I can tell you're passionate. You suddenly went to a million
No,
miles
it's
an
because
hour.
this is a very long story, okay? And you want
Okay,
me to
sorry.
explain it from the start all the way up until now. That's going to take a long time.
So for those people
I've got
listening
to
to this
speed
in like
things
1.5 times, just slow it down to one for
Yeah.
a second whilst
Yeah.
Molly.
Megan.
Oh my God. Whilst Megan, I'm so sorry.
It's
Whilst
okay.
Megan explains this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway, got 222 on the Taylor Time tracker. Angel number, obviously.
Yeah,
Then we all started seeing 222 quite a lot.
we did.
And then since then, it's sort of gone into a bit of like an array of numbers.
Mm.
So it's been like 111. I've seen 333 quite a lot recently, actually,
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
But there's been like a mix of lots of different angel numbers. But it's been now been going on for what? Like, when was that episode? Like May?
So yeah, we're talking May.
Like
About the same time you were
6
conceived, I think.
No, a
give or
couple months
take.
later. A couple months later. Yeah, so
And
it's been going on for 6 months. And I'm not being funny. I'm not famous yet, so.
Well, and look, I'm going to back you up on this because we do sound mental and we get a lot of hate comments
We do.
about this, which is hilarious. But you sent a screenshot into our group chat earlier, our MailChimp analytics, right? Literally in the same screenshot, 3.3, 1.1, 2.2, all in the same image, right? Earlier on, plays in the last 30 days, 111. Followers in our studio, 333. Files in a special Canva thing for HiFib, 111. 222 11111. There, like,
It's
it's
crazy.
getting to a stage now where another 111. It's getting
Mm-hmm.
to a stage now where it's not just you being mental, which we thought it was.
Could have been the case for a while.
But it's been
We
going on,
are.
and we are still. If you are an expert in angel numbers, I'm going to plead to you. Come on, we need to talk about this. But I'm going to play Mystic Meg for a second. I did some more research into this because I'm getting as concerned as you are, right? And we're all getting concerned. Viewers are getting concerned. Listeners are getting concerned. Now, the research that I pulled across doesn't...
Gosh, you printed out.
Yeah, of course, because I'm prepared, right? Doesn't really change much from what we've already heard.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll look at each. We're not going to talk about angel numbers as a whole because that's a whole phenomena.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the 111s, the 222s, and then the 333s. So 111 is commonly interpreted in modern angel number guides as a sign of new beginnings. Okay, manifestation, intuition, and paying attention to your thoughts. So normally there's themes around alignment of thought and intent, a reminder to be mindful of your thoughts, because those thoughts are manifesting. So when you see the 111, you should think like really happy things about how awesome Rob is and how, incredible you want the podcast to become. Not like, oh my God, I want a bigger beanbag, or oh my God, why are my parents having sex in March? Like, they're the things that we shouldn't be manifesting. Okay, spiritual awakening or a nudge to act.
Oh.
Yes, often described as high energy, creative, or an open channel. So these are all things that we've heard already.
It's just a lot of thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, I know you struggle.
Yeah.
I know you struggle, but just try and manifest good things. Okay. 222 is commonly read as a message about balance, relationships or partnerships, and trust. A nudge towards cooperation, and you're going to struggle with this one as well. So you've probably never heard this word before, so I'll say it slowly.
Yeah.
Patience.
What's that?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of the concept of just taking your time, allowing things to happen, not rushing through things.
I don't know that.
So yeah, 222, balance, partnership, and trust. A lot of themes around there, around harmony, patience, relationships, romantic or partnership/teams. Confirmation that things are aligning behind the scenes. So actually it's quite a positive number.
Okay.
A suggestion to trust the process and keep faith. Okay. Now, I then also did some research on 333 because I'd forgotten about 333 and then we saw it again earlier, right?
Yeah.
So 333. So, so this is a spiritual guide. Angels ascended masters are near and supporting you. Right. So when you see 333.
Oh my God. No, sorry, carry on. I've just got a thing to add after.
I thought you saw someone.
No.
According to trusted physics, it's a reminder that you are never alone. There is a divine wisdom around you.
So today, I had my scarf on the back of my chair, right? And then Molly freaked out. She looked like someone just pushed your scarf off of the chair, but there was no one there. She's like, "There's a ghost." I was like, "Oh my God, we have a ghost!" And we freaked out for a second.
Oh my God!
But apparently, my angels are near.
If it's a family member of yours, I can believe that. Because if they're as all annoying as you, I know that one of your family members has come behind. They've not come to support you. They've just gone
to piss me off.
Or a cat, because cats are good at just throwing things off the side very quickly.
Why do you have a dead cat?
Great, that's hilarious. That. Do you want to talk about that? Oh, rest in peace. So yeah, it's also a sign of support and presence. Your spiritual guides are encouraging you.
Yeah.
3 is also associated with creativity, communication, optimism, and self-expression. When it's tripled, 333, these themes are amplified. So according to Raising Angels, 333 is a creative awakening. It's time to express your authentic self without fear. So it's especially about creative projects, which you work in a creative industry, which makes
a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense. Again, this is all stuff we've kind of researched already.
Yeah, it's all quite generic as well. Trust the process, think about your thoughts, and be creative.
Well, yeah. So a couple of things. So Molly and I were talking about this in the car the other day. So we've got to be. Sometimes people are a bit skeptical. I'll be honest. I believe.
Okay.
I believe in the numbers. Okay. There is such a thing as frequency illusion, so it's called the Barder and Meinhof phenomena. Okay, so once you notice something, your attention filters make you notice it more often. So,
but I don't think that's true because I've stopped looking for them because I've been getting so annoyed that nothing's happening.
I agree.
But then they just pop up. I'm not looking for them.
I agree because I've read about that theory. The theory is if you start looking for a new car, you'll start to see that car on the road more.
Well, yeah, obviously, because you're being more mindful of it.
No, but even if you're not, you'll go, oh, there's another one, and that's the Barder and Meinhof phenomenon. We were talking about that in the car, weren't we, Molly? She's nodding. There's apophenia, which is pattern seeking. So we are wired to find patterns of meaning, right? Final thoughts on this before we do introduce our guest, who's been sat there very patiently, nodding, wanting to get involved in the conversation. So we need to bring him in here. You should use the numbers as a mindfulness trigger. When you see 111, take 3 slow breaths. We're going to practice that together now.
Okay.
She can't even do that. She can't even take a deep breath. I've never known anyone not being able to breathe. Never. And still be alive.
It's just weird, isn't it?
Okay,
Sure,
we'll just do
practice it.
two. We'll do two,
Okay.
and check your thoughts. So again, when we see 111, we've got to manifest whatever it is we want.
Well, I do that at 11:11. I always make a wish.
Okay. What do you wish for? We're
I
allowed
can't
to know.
tell you what my wishes are because they don't come true
Oh,
then.
okay. They've not come true so far, so you must be
Yeah.
telling someone. When you see 222, check in on relationship balance.
Mm-hmm.
That converts a pattern into a useful habit.
Wow.
There you go. There you go. Food for thought. But as always, if you are an expert in angel numbers, in astrology, in tarot cards,
I want my palm reading.
okay, yeah, we'll get a palm reader on. We'll
Thank
get that
you.
sorted. Let's bring you on. Let's dive deep into this phenomena that's going on, and let's see what's going on. But I would like to introduce today's guest, who's been sat there very patiently, and bless him, he's been nodding, smiling, like, yeah, I know that, and I know that he's got to have a lot to say here. So this individual I've known for a long time, been a good friend virtually, and for some reason we've just started to spend a lot of time together recently, which has been great. I'd like to introduce Radosław Wróblewski, founder and MD of Sparrow Construction.
Hello.
Hello.
We've got no smoke!
Molly!
Molly, you had one
Molly!
job. You had one job.
Can you point it at it maybe?
Right, we're going to have to, in post, just add some smoke
Yeah.
before you. I'm so sorry you didn't get the smoke effect. I'm
That's
sorry.
all right.
But how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good.
Busy, but yeah, it is moving forward.
Good. I'm really glad you could make it here today. Whilst we were talking about all that, you were nodding and so on. Have you heard about angel numbers before? Is
Yes,
that-
yeah, I'm a big believer in that. My girlfriend
Really?
actually
Okay.
does a lot of that as well, a lot of reading, a lot of the numbers and things like that.
Really?
So I can relate to what you were talking about with the numbers 111 and 2 and 2. So yeah.
So,
it's-
so from your interpretation, what is it? What do we need to get Megan sectioned?
well,
Yeah.
maybe not for that, but there's
Yeah.
possibly other reasons.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. That's so valid to be fair though.
So 111, 222, 333. What should we be doing? Should we be scared? Should we be thankful?
No, I think it's a bit like you said with the car. When you're looking for a new car, it will always crop up there. I think it's the same thing with the numbers. If you're looking for them, you always find them.
Yeah.
It's only the ones where you're physically having to, you just sit there, do something, and suddenly look at the clock and it's 11:11. That's the ones
Yeah.
where you should be sort of positively manifesting what you should want to do, sort of thing.
And to be fair, I don't know about you, but that's what's happening to me. I'm not purposely
No.
looking out for these things. It's just
I'll just turn. I did wake up the other night at like 1:11.
okay.
It's like 111. I just woke up randomly, checked my phone. Oh no. So that I would argue that's not me looking for it because I was unconscious. I just woke up and it was
Well,
111.
They call it within the spiritual thing. They do say that between midnight and 3 in the morning, it's the ghost time. So
We heard from another expert.
Yeah, we did.
She said
The
that's when
portal or something.
the barrier is
yeah, the
weakest.
barrier is
Yeah.
very weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm a big believer on that. I mean, I've experienced a few things like that in the past where you think and like, what's going on? Am I going crazy or something like that happened? So
Really? Have you ever had your scarf off the back of your chair thrown away and
no, not to that extent. I think that's just schizophrenia. But
yeah.
No, but like, that's Molly then, because I didn't see it. I had no idea my scarf had fallen. Molly was the one who said, "Oh, a ghost just threw your scarf on the floor, Megan."
I think it's more in the
I'm sorry, I didn't say it was a ghost.
She's fired up now. He put 50p in her. What's
Well, Molly's got schizophrenia, so
No, it like, do you know like when someone takes something off a chair and you like lift it up to take it off? It like went up in the air.
It went up
elevated.
in the air.
That's why I was confused. It didn't just fall.
could
It
have got
went
sucked
up.
into the air.
Oh, don't. That is dreadful. Not for the ways that I normally pay for. But anyway, Radoslaw, thanks so much for coming. I'd love to talk to you about angel numbers, but I want to talk about you. I want to talk about your business. So you're the founder and MD of Sparrow Construction.
Yep.
Tell me about the business. What do you guys do?
So, in a short, I know it says construction, but it's a bit more specialistic than just standard construction. We do everything to do with glass. So, everything to do with windows, doors, curtain wall facades, cladding, anything to do with facade and glass mainly.
Yeah, amazing.
That's what we do in that sense. Yeah.
And when you came in the other day, you were showing me on your phone, you work on some incredible projects.
Yeah, I mean, it varies. I mean, we've done projects where you have one window or one, door to fit, remove the old one, put a new one in. And then you've got projects which I'm not allowed to talk about because I've had to sign NDAs in various countries for it. So, yeah. But, yeah, we do a fair bit with, like, Ministry of Defence, Justice, leisure places, hotels, anything like that.
Amazing. And what's been really nice to see, like I say, how long have we known of each other?
I think I remember knowing or speaking to you before I set my own company up.
Yeah.
And I remember you were still working for your past employer.
Yeah.
And you were telling me about you setting your own things up. And I remember speaking to you about it. So I'm going to say probably more than 8 years
8
now.
years, give or take.
Yeah.
So a long time. And what's been really nice to see is, to some degree, similar to ourselves, that journey that you've had. So where, as a business, where are you now? How many people are in the team? Where are you as a company?
So at the moment, I mean, we've done a massive journey just this year alone. At the moment, what we are on is there's me and 5-6 other people in the office. There's over 80 subcontractors across the nation. And we've got a pipeline for the next 2-3 years of over £30 million.
That's incredible. Well done. Massive congratulations. And because it's not always been like that.
Oh, no. I mean, going back to the beginnings, or not even back to the beginning, going to the different stages, things just went to shit so many times. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Which we're going to ask about very soon. Want to hear some of the low moments and stuff. So what do you think the catalyst has been for that growth? Like, where's this all come from?
Honest answer, no idea. I can't literally tell you because I've been sitting for the past 3-4 months trying to think what's the difference between the beginning of the year and towards the end. And without expanding the team, I don't really see a reason. But then it's thinking about, was the expansion of the sales team and the designer team was the real answer to getting more work? Possibly, no idea.
But it's gone well.
Yeah, well, it's gone absolutely crazy.
Yeah. But you're still very happy just before you came to record with us. You were over in Birmingham, I think.
Oh, yes, yeah. Where at the moment I'm travelling around pretty much the country, taking on new suppliers, fabricators, people to basically keep up with our supply chain. Because we got a few people on that produce the stuff for us.
Sure. But
the capacity is, for example, one of the projects, the smallest we do at the moment is about 50k, which can lead to about 30-40k in the material alone. But then we've literally priced a job last week in Manchester where it's a £4 billion development, and the windows and doors, the whole package on that for us, it's about £20 million.
That's insane.
So that is literally like we're going from 0 to, not even 100 or million to literally within minutes. So it's absolutely crazy.
I love that. And what I love is although he's got all these big projects on, he still came and looked at our windows.
Really?
When you're ready to change these, Rob.
To be fair, look at the state of them.
Yeah. I
but
mean,
that's a treat. I mean, everywhere I go, I can go on holiday. I've been to Lanzarote last year. First thing, who fucked this up?
Yeah, I think the thing I hate most about them is just the brown.
Yeah, and also look at all the scratches on them. Are they scratches or just like marks?
Where on the
window?
aluminium? The glass. No, I think it just needs a clean, Carly. I think it just needs.
Are you sure that's like scratches to me?
Do you know what I did see the other morning? So we will come back to you in a second, of course. On our main window, it got so condensated in there in the morning that I could see the old sign writing from whoever had their office before us, and that was years and years. Like when you can just see the old sticker marks, the old adhesive marks. It was bizarre.
Because that's just looking at your window. That's a old style double glazed window.
I was going to say that. I thought it was. Yeah.
It definitely needs changing.
Not a clue. But yeah, look, open to the conversation because it's funny, isn't it, how they do make an impact on the building. Some of the photos.
Yeah, I mean, it's most people think that the building, the most important thing is the foundation, the brickwork, that sort of things, which I do partially agree with because it's what the customer is buying. When you look at a house, first thing you see is the brickwork, is the driveway.
Yeah.
Then the second biggest thing should be the doors and the windows, because if it's a commercial building, it saves you money in the long run. If it's like your personal, like a home or something, you want to make it nice. You want to make it sort of, not stand out, but be within a region of it. So when you're looking at it, it makes sense. But majority of people don't look at it this way or say, oh, just put the cheapest one in. But the cheapest one it's a bit like cars. You pay for a cheap one, you drive 100 miles and it breaks down.
Yeah. And you soon get sick of it, don't you? I mean, you look at our buildings here, 60% of them are glass and windows, aren't they? And I always think, I don't know about you, but I don't need to sell this to you because you're in the business, but the windows and the doors are the easiest thing to change to some degree, I'd argue, over like the bricks and the mortar.
Do you know what? It depends on when the building was actually sort of made, because you can hit really hard obstacles like the asbestos and things like that. And that's when a different kind of worms open and you're basically screwed, because taking that out will basically, instead of you ripping it out, putting a new one, it's suddenly a week or two process. So it's taking much longer, but no, I think it's one of the simpler things to do. Yeah. If you know how to do it right.
Absolutely. Which why people turn to you, the experts like you.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, the business itself started on a niche of fixing other people's shit that they couldn't get right.
Lovely slogan. Love it. Very catchy.
Yes. I mean, in the simplest form, that's how it is. I mean, the first project that we ever did as a company was a project in Oxford, a brand new library. We were the 8th team to have a go at that. So everyone else who tried it just failed and walked away. We went there, looked at it, found the problem, gave them a quick solution, bang, weren't working within 3 weeks, and it's still there.
Yeah, that's incredible. Go show you hire the right people, things get sorted quickly. So what was your journey into starting your business then? Did you wake up as a young kid and go, I want to own a world leading construction company, or?
Well, no. I mean, I've always had something to business. My first business, I've opened it at the age of 7.
Nice. Yeah.
What was
What was it?
It was back in the day when you went to primary school. You always had wet break times when it was raining.
They were the best.
Yeah. So when they put us in the classroom because the playground was wet, we had nothing to do. Yeah. So they're like, oh, go and read a book, go and do this, go and do that. But do I really want to do it? No. So my first business idea was I had a lot of colouring books from when I was younger. Yeah. Went photocopied like 50, 60 of them, took them to school and started selling them during wet break times.
That's amazing.
So I was doing that. So, I was, as a, 7, 8-year-old, I was probably making about 30, 40 quid a week.
That's more than what I'm on now. That's great.
Yeah. Well, after tax.
Yeah, exactly.
After tax, yeah.
Tax man.
Yeah. I did put my taxes in for that, yeah. But, no, that's that. Then I did a bit of eBay resale when I was a bit older. And then suddenly everything switched for me and I went from being a business mind to going into sports. Yep. So I was playing quite high-level football back in London, and then I got injured, and that was it. Yep. That was the end of my career.
So I didn't know that about you.
Yes, not many people. I don't share it as often because I know it's hard to say, oh, I used to play football looking at me sort of thing. But it's a bit of a story as well with that.
Oh, fair play. What position were you?
I was a striker. I was pretty rapid back in the day. Yeah. I was probably one of the kids that was running the 100 meter for school. Yeah. So that was, it was mental.
Yeah, fair play to you. Yeah, it's a shame you got injured, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's part of the game.
Of course it is. But things are going really well with Sparrow Construction now. And obviously, look, it's been a great story and really good to see, how that's progressed over the past couple of years, or 8 years or so. But obviously, we're here to talk about failures. We're here to talk about mistakes. We want to hear about things that may or may not have gone wrong. And we have forewarned you. And I think, like we were saying this off camera the other day, you know, look, entrepreneurship gets an unfair stick because everyone thinks that it's success. You get all this glory. Tell us, you know, has there been a time in your career where things haven't gone so well and there's been a bit of a failure?
Yeah, there's been a few of them. I mean, when I was running a company myself, I mean, I still run it myself, but I've got people to do various bits now. But it was up and down because it was basically me growing the business to a certain point and then hitting the brick wall. And then it went back down. And then I had to rebuild it, hit the brick wall, and rebuild it again. So now we're on the third phase, and I think that brick wall, I've pushed it much, much further away.
Can you not just put a window in like you normally do? Can you not?
Well, I would love to. But yeah, that's part of life. You have to learn on the mistake. You have to physically do the mistake to be able to learn from it. Because, you know, it's a bit like my parents always said, oh, learn from our mistakes, or learn from someone else's mistake. That's well said, but if you don't physically make the mistake, it's not going to impact your life whatsoever. Yeah. So, yeah.
And what was causing that brick wall then, do you think? What was the...
I think, and honestly saying it now, it's the delegation. It's me thinking that, you know, I don't need to hire anyone to help me out up until that stage. And when that stage finally came, it was, okay, yeah, I can manage it, I can do it. But it quickly verified itself that, no, you can't. So that was one of the key lessons for me, was if you want to build a business from scratch that you technically have no knowledge about, you have to bring in people that either have got more knowledge than you in certain sectors, or you're able to delegate the work to them, because it's too much for a single person. It's a bit like I've read on Facebook the other day. If you're working on your business and you're wearing 5 hats at the same time, you're not putting 100% into each hat. You're doing 20% of each. So if you hire someone to do one of the 20%, he's going to be doing that 100%, which means that frees you to do 25% on all the other 4. Until you get yourself unemployed.
Which is, we said off camera, is the best way to be.
Yeah, as a business owner, I mean, it's for you to basically become unemployed.
Yeah. And I think, do you think that some business owners are scared to do that?
Yes, 100%. It's talking from my own sort of experience, is always, have I got enough money to do this? If I hire this person, have I got enough money to keep them alive for the next 3 months or whatever, how much time? That's the questions you ask. But the problem is, in order to jump over that hurdle, I think it's more of is it the right moment, rather do I have it financially? Because the finances, you can always find them. Yeah. Even if it's a matter of you going to get a business loan or something like that, just to get an extra few grand, just to pay that person for 2 months while he's building his thing up, it's still better because you got someone. If there's 2 people working on the same thing, you're going to have much more productivity than one guy trying to cover the whole thing.
Yeah, I love that. Do you think that's what you've done now that's really amplified the success? Because obviously you've got a team around you now of whom are doing stuff. So is that kind of delegation and putting key people into place is what?
I think a good portion of it is. It's about hiring the right people. That's the main thing. You can.
How do you do that? Because I'm really struggling with that.
Well,
I'm joking.
I struggled with it. Recruitment, being on the other side of recruitment sector, where you're the one hiring and not you're being hired. Yeah, it's a completely different spectrum of it. It's like, I would say it was a nice experience because I got to speak to various people who showed a bit of more information being on the outside. Sort of, they'll give me tips, or they could, due to their seniority and their experience, they'll give me tips on various things. But then some people were just complete idiots. Like, geez, you can't even imagine. You can't even script this. It's like sending someone a screening question, literally about 3 or 4 questions, so that everyone gets the same question. But it's a matter of them answering it in just simple sentences. I don't even want essays, but just for me to be able to understand their mentality, how the brain works on them, so I know if they're the person that fits for us. One person, he literally sent me a text, what's this for? I said exactly what I told now, so it's to find out what's his way of thinking. He says, nah, give me a job or fuck off. And I'm like, this guy is 60 years old, and he's like, he doesn't sort of, I understand being senior, you don't want to be sort of hiring someone that is senior. It's not like hiring someone that's junior, that is a big experience, big thing for them. But the level of, how can I say it? The level of that hiring thing is just literally dropped down in my experience. It's like people are not putting as much effort as it is. It's for me, or they expect me to go chasing after them, rather than what it was back in the day where it was the people chasing for the work because they want to work at that company.
Yeah, and I've noticed a flip in that, and I think it's just because of supply and demand, isn't it? There's more people available than there are jobs.
I think it's the other way around.
The other way around. There's more jobs than there are people, or I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore, to be honest. But yeah, before back in my day, you'd have to fight for that job, and now it's it's quite, people can be quite blasé and picky and choosy.
Yeah, it's a bit like we get people that want to work for us as fitters all over the place, but some people are just like ridiculous. They're just asking. They're saying they're not going to get out of bed unless they get £350 or £400 per day. Really? Which the standard rates are about 250, 200 and a bit.
Yeah. Keep them in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay there.
Pretty much.
Stay tucked up, darling. Absolutely. I just want to touch upon what you said, because I find it a really fascinating business concept that I love, around, sort of the MD of the business making themselves redundant. But I want to kind of ask the question to you, Megan. If that's okay, were you with us?
Yeah.
Would you like to be made redundant?
Well, no, it's not that concept.
Would I like to own the business?
I've got your P45.
Thank you.
No, put your hand away. Obviously, we're talking about a concept of like the MDs, the bosses, getting to a stage where they don't have to do anything. From your, I'm doing a good job then. From your point of view, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? What are your views on that?
I mean, they shouldn't be doing everything. That's the whole point of hiring people. But then at the same time, I think they should be doing something. You can't just delegate everything to someone else, because you're still the business owner. Like, it's still at the end of the day your business. Does that answer your question?
Well, there's no wrong or right. Molly, any thoughts in there?
I haven't really got
I knew she was going to say. Knew she was going to say.
For example,
nothing to add.
Molly's going on holiday next week, right? There was an interesting conversation had in the meeting earlier, wasn't there?
Oh, it was a joke.
Molly's going on holiday next week. So she's trying her best to get caught up. There might be like a couple of things that she might need us to take care of while she's gone. And Rob was like, "Oh, make me a list. What can I do to help you?" Because what I'll do is I'll read it and then I'll give it to Megan. And it's circumstances like that where maybe as the business owner, as the boss, you should maybe take on a little bit of responsibility.
Not really. He well delegated it.
But he's not well delegated. I've got my own work that I've got to do. I'm sorry, I just got really passionate about Rob not doing anything ever.
Do you want me to do that for you?
I've done it myself now. Okay. That's what she said.
I've got a real challenge though, and I struggle with this, and I don't know if you do, and you will argue with this. I know you do. Like, because I agree wholeheartedly. For me, I think the MD, the CEO, whoever, their job should be more about building the culture, the brand,
leading the way, giving the direction. Yeah.
But I'm old school, right? I like to lead from the front, right? Yeah. If I've got my comrades side by side, I want to be there with them, pushing forward. I don't want to be going, right, do this, do that. And so sometimes I personally take on too much because I don't want to be seen as I do within reason.
I know where you're going with it.
Yeah, I mean, have you found that battle at all?
Yeah, it's still a struggle for me, because even though I delegated the whole departments outside, so there's people that run the departments and then their people do that physical work, I still get involved with it, because I say, I'll help you out with this, I'll help you out with that. And suddenly at the end of the day, I look at the list and shit, what am I doing? Suddenly I've got a massive list of things I promised to people I'm going to do. So there's me still sitting at 3 o'clock in the morning getting emails done and things like that. So delegation, yes, but you do need to step away from. You can help out, but you just don't take too much on it.
No. Good soundbite.
It's like balance. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. I thought that was a really good place to stop to play our game, but you carry on talking.
Well, sometimes I don't talk enough and I get told off, and then sometimes I want to. I was gonna say it's like the balance, isn't it? Like, I don't do nothing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's you know what I mean. They say about the work-life balance, but honestly, does that ever work? Sort of thing.
No, I mean, do you believe in work-life balance or
Not really? No, I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Purely because, as a business owner, it doesn't matter if it's 2 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock in the sort of during the day. If you got a contract on to fulfill, you're still thinking about it, and it doesn't matter if you got if you got 6 people behind you or 6,000. It still sort of sits in your head, okay, if something goes wrong, this is what I'm going to do. If it all goes right, happy days sort of thing. But you're still thinking about it. So even though I can, go home, turn my phone off, turn the laptop, everything off, my mind still works in a way where I would be analysing the day, analysing all the emails, analysing absolutely everything.
Yeah. I don't think there's any harm in that.
No.
Personally, as long as you can manage and cope with it to your own. Because again, we made a. I think there are some entrepreneurs out there that will say, no, you've got to switch off. You've got to, turn this off. And for some people that works, but for some others, like sometimes I get a bit itchy. Like normally by Sunday afternoon, I want to work. I'm like, right, I'm ready. I want to check my emails. I want to do this. I want to get on LinkedIn. I want to grind now. I've had my little downtime. I've had my day of dossing about, wearing a lovely brown suit around the house. But now I'm ready to push on.
Yeah, I've got the same thing where usually Sunday evening or just before, I'm always sitting in front of the computer and I'm already planning what I'm going to do for this week, putting in emails on schedule, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I just feel guilty of not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a strange one because technically you're trying to put yourself out of work to have more time. But if you do not do the work, you feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
I mean, business itself can be a very lonely place.
Tell me about it. Yeah. I want to explore that in a moment, if we may. But before we do, can we play our first game with you? Megan, what are you doing?
Well, since I started using Xero accounting software, turns out I have more money in the business than I ever thought I did.
I'm so glad you're using Xero accounting software. Like I do.
Wow.
I love the fact that I can look after all of my accounts in the cloud at the click of a few buttons. I love the fact I can invoice clients. I know I can run profit and loss reports at the click of a button. And I even use Xero to look after my payroll.
That's so cool.
Isn't it just?
And as a thank you to all of our How I Failed in Business listeners, you can get 90% off for 6 months.
That is an incredible offer. Where is the link where people can get this great access to Xero?
Well, just below in the show notes.
I'll allow Megan. Okay, sorry. And we're back in the room.
Sorry.
I'll allow Megan. I'll allow Megan to explain the rules.
So it's called Mystery Mishaps.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll give you 5 clues about like a business, company, brand that's made a bit of a mistake.
Okay.
And you've got 5 clues to guess what the company is.
Okay. Give me the obvious clue first, yeah?
Well, that's not quite how
money
it
after the
works.
game, yeah?
I need to take a quick photo of you for the scoreboard.
Sorry.
No, because you're comfy now. Do you want me to reach it?
I've got it. Don't worry.
Look at that.
Don't work too hard or anything.
I've delegated. grab me the camera. Yeah. So the game's simple. And again, just to explain, we've got Taylor Swift behind me. Are you a Swiftie?
Not really.
Okay. That's fine. We'll move on. So this is the Taylor time tracker to remind you that you got to do it swiftly.
Okay.
There you go. So we've got a scoreboard here. Still leading the way is Rosanna, the wonderful Rosanna, at 7.9 seconds. And holding up the very rear is 2005 Big Brother winner, Anthony Hutton, at minutes and 50 seconds. Hey, laughing.
Just the way you milk it every single episode.
I'm milking that. As hard as I can. Okay. Are you normally quite good at this kind? Are you competitive?
I am competitive to a reason.
Yeah. Good. Do you reckon you'll score quite high on this one? Do you reckon?
It depends. I don't play my cards out straight. Let's see what it is.
Oh, poker face. Right. We need to take a quick photo of you for the scoreboard. Okay. Pose however you want. Beautiful. Right. Are you ready? Are you comfortable?
Does the time starts from when Megan finish?
From the second she
start
starts.
talking.
Yeah.
We'll have a little countdown.
Yeah. We got a timer
timer.
on. Right. Are you ready?
Go on.
Okay. Ready?
Ready?
Steady. Go.
This mishap led to one of the costliest corporate penalties in automotive history.
Volkswagen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We're going to have to look
Sorry,
at
I
this.
was really not expecting it to be that quick.
That's what she said.
I tried it. I tried it
I'm
on Molly earlier.
gonna deduct 2 seconds because it was a 2-second delay.
I tried these clues on Molly earlier and it took her ages to get it, so she was like, Megan, that's a really hard one.
That's what she said. So, can we just confirm, was Volkswagen?
Yeah.
Was it the right answer?
was the right
Congratulations. Well done. So,
I was waving the paper around a little bit.
so how did you guess that so quickly?
The car and the whole thing, it was everything to do with the emission scandal. So, yeah, they were basically putting the car in a mode where the car would detect it's being in the MOT version. So it will put the emissions down and the fuel consumption up. And when it went off the MOT, it will flip it about. So the emissions were lower.
Yeah.
No, the emissions were higher, but the fuel consumption was much better.
There we go. So, tell us the other clues.
Well, the other
And
clues
we'll make a decision on the time here.
would have been the company once promoted technology called clean diesel, claiming its engines were both powerful and environmentally friendly. Then clue 3 would have been researchers found that some of the company's vehicles behave very differently in lab conditions than they did on real roads.
Yep.
A piece of software was discovered to alter engine behaviour during tests, drastically reducing certain emissions only when being monitored. And the 5th clue was this company's name translates to the people's car in its original language.
There we go.
Which is
Congratulations.
German? What's
German.
Volkswagen?
German.
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
Yeah,
So, well done. Well done. Now,
that was really good.
it was a very good time. I feel, unless Molly has managed to work something out, I think we're going to have to check the footage for your official time. And only
There was a
because
slight delay because Molly wasn't expecting.
there was a delay. And Rosanna, bless her heart, is at 7.9
I
seconds.
think it was quicker.
Followed by JC at 8.2.
I mean-
And I do feel you were quicker. What time did we record?
I mean, I got 7:04,
Oh!
so he is the quickest.
You are the
He's the
quickest!
quickest.
But-
Hey!
Even better, there's likely 2 seconds quicker than that.
Wow.
I believe, but we might need to fact check that. But I believe.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Congratulations. Congratulations. Look, so what time did we record then?
7 seconds for.
7 seconds 4. So you are top of the leaderboard. You have knocked Rosanna finally off the scalp of Taylor Swift. You have scalped her, right? But we are going to have to go into the recording, I think, and just check the official score
fine.
because
This is really that deep, isn't it?
I take this podcast seriously. Okay. Speaking of which, I'd like to show to the camera
Well,
this wonderful
you
photo.
don't be a bit.
I want to
Don't
show.
do that.
Can you just go on to?
that one.
No, we'll do the close up here onto Rads.
Okay.
Is that it?
It
Is that
won't, but it-
focusing?
no.
No. Okay. We'll show. We'll try this. Try ours.
Yeah, it's better.
Can we see that?
better.
Can we see that?
Yeah.
Do you want to see it, Molly? Megan?
I've seen it. I just saw it.
Lovely. What a lovely. It's a lovely photo. That is. Lovely photo. But what we'll do is we'll get your official score from the recording. We'll add you to the top of Taylor Swift. But I think another round of applause is owed to you because that was rapid. That was absolutely rapid.
Well, you did say you did ask me if I was competitive.
Yeah,
Look,
I
he
guess
just
you
came
are.
first. He came first.
That's what she said.
You two, honestly.
Been told off.
Sometimes, like with Molly in the room, it's like having a little teacher.
It is.
Just like, would you two stop
Shut
pissing around and colouring Radoslaw's colouring book, please? Wet playtime. Why did you? That's what.
Well, I didn't charge for that.
Right, anyway, I wanted to probe deeper. For fuck's sake.
What is wrong with
It's
you?
because you were talking about the parents' conception. And all
Yeah,
that.
it was. It's ruined the whole thing. Sorry, Lynn. So we said just before that game, we were talking obviously about sort of MDs, making themselves unemployed and so on, and delegation and whatnot. And you did start to raise a valid point, and then I stopped you off on there. What was that valid point?
A majority of business owners, especially I wouldn't say just the smaller ones, but most of them, they are alone in this. So it is a very lone game.
Yeah. Is that something you personally feel or have done? In what regard?
So it's a bit when you touched on that topic before by saying that people only see the top of the iceberg. So it's the success that we both sleep on cash. And, I'll be probably a nice mattress, but I haven't been able to afford that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's the top of the iceberg. No one sees what happens behind the scenes. No one really thinks about that guy's probably working 16 or 20 hours a day to basically make the whole thing happen. So that can be a very lonely place because you haven't got anyone to speak to. Because if you go to another business owner and say that, he's not going to open up and say, oh, yeah, mate, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because typical business owners, entrepreneurs, and everything like that, people would look at that as competition or some sort of weakness. So it is a very lonely place.
And I think you are right. I think sometimes, like I said, I like your analogy around the iceberg because there is a lot that goes in yours and my head that people don't see or hear, but still, like I say, keeps us up at night. And I think you kind of alluded to it earlier, and I saw it on another podcast recently, even just like simple things around cash flow and payroll,
Cash flow is the biggest killer of businesses. It's not that, we want to spend money because we're so rich and things like that. It's because in order for us to get some cash into the business, we've got to invest prior our own funds for it on the promise that we will get it later on.
Yeah.
And in construction, that's the darker secrets of construction. Because, for example, I know in a creative business and, in fact, 99% of other businesses, you take a deposit, you do the parts of the work, the client approves it, he pays another part of it, and then you, just before delivery, you take the rest of the balance, you give them the work. Nah, not in construction. This is the only place or the only industry in the world where you take on a job, put the material up front, put the labor up front, design everything you want to do up front, and then maybe you get paid within the next 6 months. I can't remember walking into Asda and doing that.
Give it a try next time.
Yeah.
See how far you get. Yeah. Hope you can still run fast. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
I'll have to barge in.
Yeah. But I hear like horror stories about your industry all the time.
Yeah,
about these projects, people, whether it's parts, whether it's materials, and then just don't pay for.
Oh yeah, we've been so many times. That's one of the mistakes. It's being a bit too naive, trying to help people a bit that step too much. The funny thing, and people will probably disagree with this, it's trying to be helpful isn't the best thing to do in business. There's a difference between helping a client and being taken advantage. That line is so thin that, it's sometimes you can't tell the difference.
I love that. And I wish I'd have heard that years ago, because I know that I've bent over backwards for clients,
just before she left you.
Yeah, exactly. It's what I've, for clients before, and it's always ended, and I've always gone, don't worry about it. Well, there's one former client of whom ended up owing us £900, and some of that was my fault, and I've never really spoken about this on the podcast and whatnot, but they were a social media marketing client, so we're looking after their marketing, and he couldn't afford to pay. And I was like, well, naive me, I was like, oh, don't worry, we'll keep doing your marketing. So if we do your marketing, you'll get more money. And if you get more money, you'll pay us, won't you?
Yeah.
yeah, please do that, Rob. That'd be great. Did it for like another 2 or 3 months, and then he went bust. And in the grand scheme of things, and in comparison to construction, 900 quid isn't a lot of money, I guess.
Yeah, I had a very similar story to this, but it wasn't 900 quid. It was more like 14, 15, 20,000. So yeah, that's a bit of a different ballpark. And there's companies, and it's not even me saying, okay, if you can't pay now, we'll sort it out later. It's more about, in construction, if it's not documented, if it's not on the physical drawing done by the architect, you do not do it. If any business owner that's going into construction wants any advice, that's what I will say 100%. Do not do it if it's not on the drawing, because you will get bumped for it. We've multiple times helped a client out by giving them a solution before the architect looked at it, charged his fee, changed the drawing and things like that. We say, all right, we'll do it for you just to get the project moving, just so that there's no delays. And then the main client comes in and says, oh yeah, but that's not per drawing, so you have to change that. So suddenly you have to put your hand in the pocket and get out a few grand here and there and redo something so that it fails. So that when the architect or the designer charges for it and does a new set of drawings, then you can redo it to what was it originally.
Right, I'm with you. Yeah. And again, these are things that people don't see or hear that's going on in your head. They see the business owners, potentially driving a nicer car, whatever. They don't see the stresses that go through.
Yeah, most people, when they think of construction, they see, okay, there's Harris fencing all the way around. There's a bit of foundation. You look at the same place in 12 months' time. Wow, you got a building standing up. But the amount of work, the amount of, decisions, everything that goes in between from that foundation or from even that clear ground to having that building there is just unbelievable. Yeah. It's literally drawings after drawings after drawing. Looking at a single project, that could be even 250 gig worth of, drawing files, PDFs and things like that. And you have to check that yourself.
It's a different minefield to what we have to deal with.
Yeah,
I think.
And people don't physically take that into consideration. They think, oh yeah, window. Okay, it's a window, a bit of aluminium or a bit of timber, plastic, whatever, with a bit of glass. To put that window in, we need a whole set of drawings. We need a whole survey. We need the whole thing. So to put that window in, the window might be worth 500 quid. But in order to do all the back work for it and the work to fit it, that's why that window suddenly costs 3.5 grand.
Incredible. Yeah. Well, I've got another question I want to ask you, but before we do, I want to play a game with you, if we may. Ooh. So now, this is a game we've been playing all season, and you are going to be the final person to ever play it. Well, not ever.
We might bring it back.
We might bring it back. And there's two reasons for this. One, because it's shit. But secondly, partially because it's probably run of death. But secondly, because we want to make room for a new segment, which I'm going to bring to you today. So what we're going to play with you now is a game called Icky Linky. Okay. So Icky Linky is a very simple concept. Obviously, you're on LinkedIn, and very soon we are going to be looking after your LinkedIn, which we're very excited to do. Megan doesn't know.
News to me, yeah. Wow.
May I introduce you to your new client? There you go.
Hello.
But you've been on LinkedIn. You know that sometimes it can be a bit icky.
Yeah, I'm quite popular on LinkedIn at the moment. So yeah, I have seen various posts.
Yeah.
I've put various posts myself.
Yeah, exactly, which I've got up here. No, I'm joking. But we find each week I either create a LinkedIn post, I make an imaginary LinkedIn post, or I find one from LinkedIn that just gives me the ick, or gives us the ick, right? And you've got to decide whether it's a true story, whether someone posted it to LinkedIn, or if it's made up. Now, we played this with our guest Sharon last week, and you're going to be the final person to play this for now. So not only are you top of the leaderboard, you're the last person to play Icky Linky. 2 records in one go. Wow. So I'm going to read you this post, and you've just got to tell me whether this was taken from LinkedIn or if Rob Spence made it up. Here's my Sunday morning routine. 5:30, wake up. 5:35, 15-minute outdoor walk for light exposure. 5:50, 3 to 5 minutes of breath work. 5:55, lemon juice. 5:55, angel number. Lemon juice with Celtic sea salt.
Wow.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Electrolyte drink. 6:10. 10 minutes in the sauna. I'll be honest, it goes on a little bit like this until it finally says 8:05 breakfast, eggs Royale. No, it doesn't say that. It says eggs. Don't know where I got the Royale from. Avocado, pink Himalayan salt, electrolytes, more coffee. 8:15. Review the calendar. Prep for the day ahead. Now, last week Sharon believed that's a true post. She thinks that I took that from LinkedIn. Molly said that was a false story, and Megan said that was a false story. What do you think? Do you think that was on LinkedIn or not?
Bullshit.
You think it's bullshit? You don't think that was posted?
No, that sounds like ChatGPT.
It
Okay.
is ChatGPT, isn't it?
Well, I can reveal that the last ever LinkedIn, no, Icky Linky, sorry, was taken direct from LinkedIn.
Really?
It was, yeah. I will argue there's a good chance it was written in
was
satire
ChatGPT.
and ChatGPT, but it was taken from. I was a bit sneaky on that one,
Oh.
so it was a true story. But the reason we're kind of ending that game is, again, we've got to fill a new hole. She said.
Fuck's sake.
We're going to introduce the grievance gurus.
Mm-hmm.
We are the grievance gurus.
We are.
Okay. We'll look at the camera because we can probably take a shot at that. We are the grievance gurus. And every week, our listeners and our viewers are going to send in a grievance they've got in their workplace. And between us and the guest, we have got to decide whether the grievance stands,
Whether it's
thrown out, or
Yeah.
advice on what to do in that situation.
Yeah.
So what we want from you, the viewer or the listener, is we want you to write in with qualms, dilemmas, with anything that's happened or going on in your workplace. It could be a story that's happened. It could be something that's going on right now that you need advice with. The grievance gurus are here for you. And I've got the first one.
Really?
Nice.
ASMR. Okay, so. Dear grievance gurus. Very polite so far, that's us.
Sounds like ChatGPT.
No, this is it's a genuine one. Dear grievance gurus, I am a manager within an agency. My colleagues continuously make themselves cups of tea without offering me one. I've raised this with them several times. However, they laugh, they mock me, and they never make me a tea. It's getting to a stage where I feel that I'm not loved, nor wanted, nor respected by my colleagues. And all thirst aside, I'm more thirsty for love. Grievance gurus, what should I do?
Get a life.
Simple answer.
Sorry, no. You cannot slag off someone that's written in, right?
Really? What's their name?
It's anonymous.
It's anonymous. Interesting that.
Should I raise this as a grievance? Should I make myself cups of teas from now on? Should I pursue this matter? Or should I just leave the business? Yours sincerely, anonymous.
I can easily give you advice on that.
What would you do in that situation?
Quit your job, get a universal credit, and then you can sit at home and you make your own cups of tea.
That's fair.
You can.
That's fair.
You
That,
can.
very firm but fair advice there. Firm but fair advice. Grievance guru, what are you saying?
I think in this situation, it does sound like
It sounds like Rob to me.
sounds like this person, whether it's Rob or not, is quite upset about the lack of tea. I say raise this with HR, but we don't have one. So in that case,
I am the HR,
You
right?
are
I've raised it
HR.
with myself.
okay. I think that it's not entirely true. Cups of tea have been made in the past, right? And then they've not been drank. Isn't that right, Molly?
I can agree on this.
Yeah, Molly can agree.
So it was myself.
Yeah, this is well.
Can I just make clear that I actually had nothing written on the back of this piece?
Really?
I had my notes earlier about the angel numbers. I made all of that up on the spot.
really good.
I am Rob GBT,
That's really
right?
good.
But yeah, so my colleagues keep making cups of tea, right? And it makes me feel a bit neglected. And it reminds me about what you said earlier about being lonely.
Yeah.
At the top. That's
But a lot of the time you're in a meeting or
Yeah.
you're like today when we made our coffees, you went out on your very important meeting.
I have a very important meeting.
Mhm. That
Last
looks
time
great,
I
by the
made
way.
you one, you went, "Oh, make me a tea." Made you a tea. It was there,
You
cold.
didn't drink it.
I drank it cold.
You had like a sip of it cold to make a point. You didn't drink the whole thing, did you?
But you knew I was going out though. Then you knew I was going out, didn't you?
No, well, we weren't. We came over here and filmed TikToks.
Was that
Specifically
day?
remember this scenario, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, why don't you take your tea
Yes.
with you? And then you said, no, it won't be that long. And we were there that long.
Yeah,
And then
and
the
it was
tea
still
went
there.
cold. And then today you left. And we could have made you one for when you came back, but we didn't know when you were coming back. You said, oh, I'll be back in this amount of time. And we'd be like, okay, we'll make a cup of tea when he gets back. Which we did do the other week, didn't we?
I did that last week.
Yeah. So
And
I think
then-
if you're going to waive a grievance, check your facts first. And just
That's
make sure
fair.
that it's
Yeah,
accurate.
I agree. I agree.
Because I don't think that's
So
fair.
are we saying this grievance has been thrown out?
Yeah.
Grievance doesn't stand.
No.
Yep.
We need to get a gavel. We'll buy a gavel.
A gavel? Oh, like the judges have?
Yeah. We'll have
Yeah.
like a little gavel
Yeah.
each, and then we can say if it's a grievance
Can we get
or
the
not.
wigs and like the robes and everything? Grievance!
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We don't kink shame,
I
but
have
yes.
a grievance.
So
Can I add one now?
right into the grievance counsellors. Okay, if you've got a misdemeanor where someone's not making you cups of tea, maybe someone leaves manky mugs on their desk, scaring away potential customers and clients. Maybe people keep forgetting to turn the open sign on. Whatever's going
Did you
on.
not today?
No, you did today. I checked. It's on today.
Good.
No matter what's going on in your work life, whether you're a boss, whether you're an employee, whether you're a colleague, we want to hear from you. You can get in touch with us on the website, which is
howiphoneinbusiness.co.uk.
fill in the contact form. I think there is one on there.
Maybe.
We'll put one on there.
There is
potentially.
one.
There is.
There
Thank
is
you.
one.
Yes.
Slay,
Yeah. Slay
Slay.
Queen. Or email in howiphoneinbusiness@gmail.com or messages anywhere on social media. But it's nearly time to wrap up because we've been sat here recording for quite a while. Just a quick question before we kind of allow you the chance to kind of talk about yourself again. What's the one piece? Sorry, I didn't mean that like really. Like, you're here to talk about yourself. It's normally me talking over everyone.
Yes.
What's the number one thing you wish someone had told you? What's the best piece of advice you wish someone had told you on the day one of starting your business?
Don't be scared.
Yeah, I know,
It is
right?
that- it is
That's
simple
valid.
as
Yeah.
that. I mean,
Don't be scared.
it's one of the things that basically over the last few months or maybe years, it's something I've been working towards, and I've noticed that the less fear I put into something, and it's just a cold calculation. Yes, this will work. No, this will not work. It's life became much simpler, and it's not suddenly you make the decision and you sit there for 20 hours analysing, oh, is it the right one? Is it this? What about this? If this doesn't happen, then that doesn't happen. Nah, just go with it. Simple as that.
I love that. Words of wisdom there. But look, we need to wrap up. Reminders, and we'll make sure we tag your links and your stuff around the description. How can people get in touch with you?
LinkedIn, emails, website, literally anything. Smoke alarms.
Smoke
fine.
signals.
Smoke signals, yeah. Delivery pigeons, anything will work.
Find you anywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. We're all over the place. We're a national company, so if not, you'll see one of our vans anywhere. So.
Amazing. Well, again, we'll make sure we share all your links in all of the show notes above or below, and we'll tag you in wherever possible. Thanks so much for coming in. I know you've travelled a long way. It's been a pleasure sitting down with my birthday brother. So Thank you very much for coming in. What?
My birthday brother.
What's wrong with that? Sorry, you were nearly Jesus' birthday brother. If your parents have had a sex day later, then you would have been
She
fine.
took a bit more time.
Christmas Eve you were.
Yeah.
But look, that takes us to the end of another episode of How I Phone in Business. Thank you so much for sticking with us to the very end.
If you liked what you saw and heard, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, follow us wherever you get your podcasts, and follow us on social media. We truly value your support.
And don't forget, if you do want to join us as a guest, or if you have a grievance to send in, contact us on social media or use the contact form on our website.
Thanks so much again to our guest, and until next week,
Bye.
bye.